Free yourself from the fetters of this world. Loose your soul from the prison of self. Seize your chance, for it will come to you no more. Oh, my people, you've got to free yourself. Oh, my people, you've got to free yourself. Oh, my people, you've got to free yourself.
Welcome back, y'all. It is a lovely first day of fall, September 22nd, 2013, and we would like to welcome everybody back. It has been a nice, restful summer for some, and for others have been very active in their communities, active in vacationing or spending more time with loved ones and just enjoying the summer. Some of the food from the farmers markets and just good memories of sunrises and sunsets, summer days. Well, we hope that you guys have had a good summer. We're welcoming you back. We're in our backyard, and it is a lovely day. What we're going to do this show is acknowledge that we have had summer, and it is now time to resume our shows. We haven't been on the air throughout the summer months, but that doesn't mean that we haven't been busy. And what we're going to have today is an interview with Barry. Really, he's the host of the show, but he's going to serve as one to be interviewed this evening as we kind of make ourselves aware of what's been going on in the summer. And so you might hear a dog in the background. I'm getting distracted by it probably more than you guys are. But anyway, we'll do our interview and know about old business, moving into the present and beyond concerning the show. So let's go without further ado to Barry. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And we just want to talk about what are some of the highlights for the past summer with Barak Source for Learning.
Okay, so over the summer, we of course had our youth summer programs at Parkwood. And so that was our neighborhood feeding program, of course. That's where we have teen volunteers and youth volunteers come down and help serve food to the breakfast and lunch of the community, do cleanups, of course, play video games. And we also had some youth leadership programs that went on. I'd like to note that all of these programs are voluntary, so the youth that come out actually provide service hours. But it ran from June 19th until July 9th, and so I only had like 1 week off of vacation between July 9th and July 19th when school started. But it was actually a fun summer because we had a good time. We had a great leadership.
How many youth did you have involved in the volunteerism?
In the volunteer side, we had about 13 youth, and and as far as the summer program is concerned, they had combined service hours of about 730 service hours.
All right.
That's all the youth and myself included, of course. We're under one whole organization, Barak Source for Learning, and that's we get points for our President's Service volunteer hours.
All right.
And so that's the hours we're tracking sometimes. Of course, we have Durham hours too, but they're the same amount of hours. Mm-hmm. And also, we had a tutoring program that started last year, and it had a combined hours of 200 community hours. And that included adults, because it's mostly adults that come down and volunteer for our program. here in Parkwood on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So altogether, we did, we did about 980 hours. We've actually did more than 1,000, but some of the things I just don't count.
Well, concerning, how many, you said there's 13, and what is the age range of this group of people, or young people mostly, or?
Yeah, well, as you know, youth, the age has been expanded up to age 26. So, when you say youth, you could be talking up to, up to 26. But our group is, I would say, anywhere from 11 through about 19.
Okay.
We have a few 19-year-olds, a lot of people who turned 18, as the year progressed through.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we have about, I would say altogether, like the 13 are the core youth volunteers I'm talking about. These are not the youth that were actually served breakfast and things like that. They ate breakfast and lunch also.
Mm-hmm.
But they were the servers. Excuse me. They were the actual youth leaders. Then you have the youth who came and participated, who, their hours are not written down because they're being served.
So it sounds like this offered something for some youth to do for the summer.
Yes, it did.
And it sounds like that would include, you said leadership. I'm interested in knowing what type of leadership training or what was involved with the leadership portion.
Yeah, we had a leadership program. It ran for one complete week. And in that week, they were trained on conflict resolution, diversity awareness. They did some educational stuff as far as helping them along with concrete thinking. They had speakers come in to help them with mobile media and things of that nature. They did stretching, of course, and they did a lot of things on communication building, and how to become better communicators. And of course, it's all geared for them to become leaders, so they can be. The whole point of it is at the end of the summer, of course, the youth are returning back to school. Well, now they have these new skills that they can build upon in school. Perhaps they can be leaders. Mm-hmm. Out of that, of course, the summer program, we got 2 internships. One of our youth leaders, Ontario Hunter, who's aged 18 now, of course, he started a unpaid internship with Brandex Mobile.
Okay.
And then another one of our students, or youth leaders, Joshua Howell, who graduated from high school, of course, this year, and now is attending Durham Tech, and he's taking technology and design. He has a paid internship with DDC International, and Brandex Mobile does mobile technology.
So each of them are doing things in the communication field.
They're both going in the communications,
okay.
Yeah, digital communications and multimedia type things.
Wonderful.
Ontario, of course, with the mobile technology, he's learning how to build mobile platforms, and basically that's websites for your phone, for your iPad, for your, for both of these guys, both of the products that they have been making have been picked up by actual paying customers. So, like in Ontario's case, his website designs for mobile, the customers have been choosing his designs, along with the other adults who are producing the same materials. Mm-hmm. And then in Josh's case, DDC actually does documentaries and films.
All right.
But Josh is doing a blog for them.
All right.
So he's being paid to do the blog. And his blog, it seems as though everyone's very happy with the blog design he's doing. These guys are both intelligent. They're technologically sound, and they've gone through all of the, how on Sundays we had our programs and all of these speakers came in. The speakers in turn became people who offered internships and trained the youth, and that's how the speakers knew that they were capable to fill this capacity, because they were part of the community, all of them, the jobs and the students.
I'm interested in knowing, is it the group that came, you said it was Brandex
Mobile, yeah.
Were they an inspiration to what these young people are doing, or are these areas of that they were already interested in and maybe had already begun seeking opportunities like this?
Yeah, so like they were, of course, in our youth group, which we have on Sundays, we always ask, what's relevant to you? And what would you like to see? And where are you going in your future? What would you like to do? And a lot of them, of course, say music, television, technology, and multimedia. And so from that format, we invite our speakers for the next month to come through, to come and give them and you guys have seen this on YouTube, if you've watched our YouTube videos, where the mentors come in. They come in as a mentor. And from them coming in from the mentor, they then establish a relationship with the youth and can provide further training, further free technical training, might I add, and then as well as jobs once they are proficient.
Okay, excellent, excellent. So it sounds like you guys had a great summer. It was very active and engaging, and it's good to know. So going forward, we'll just hear back, hopefully well, definitely from Barack Source for Learning, which is the sponsor of this television show, or I should not say television show. Golly, I'm still new at this, so please. Um, anyway, here on the radio, maybe one day it will be televised.
Yeah,
Who knows?
we do have a television program that we haven't used yet. Once we perfect, our radio capability, then we'll move it over to television. And in the perfection, and of course, this, when we talk about new business, I guess we can go into this stuff. So yeah.
All right. Well, that will conclude our interview spotlight for this day. Let's go forward into the current information that's going on. We really want to make sure that you guys are on board to the way things are going to be formatted, so that going forward, if there's enthusiasm about the show, we'll be able to offer you all some guidelines that will help you to listen and contemplate over the 2 weeks in between each show. So that lets you know that what we're planning is every 2 weeks that we will do the show, and it will be on a Sunday afternoon. And we are doing it live right now, but at times it may not be live, but the show will be posted, and we're seeking to have it logged in definitely no later than 7 o'clock ever on a Sunday. But our goal is to offer this to you being live at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, 6 o'clock sounds about fair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's the time I scheduled for our next format. But we'll go into that later
but
on.
it'll be available to you all at any time that you should choose to listen, or if you want to tune in and be on actually live. Eventually, we may be able to on the air be able to get some of your comments coming in, or we'll
so
just see
we
where
will
we'll
be.
go. But for now, this is what you should expect, and we're trying to keep this within a 30-minute time frame, unless we have special shows. But moving forward, though, expect within a half an hour that we will touch base with you all on things that are going on in the community, things that are going on specifically with Barack Source for Learning, some interviews, future interviews that will be beyond us too. And we just look forward to it, and we really want to hear the feedback from you all, your comments, your suggested topics that to discuss. And we're here for you all. We're not doing this for us. So we really would like to know if the show is, there's anything you'd like to maybe us to have on the air that will engage us all as a community to become more aware, more engaged in our communities. And communities, we know that means in your homes, that means in your neighborhood, your schools, your place of work and worship, what have you. But moving forward, those are some of the highlights of what it is that we're going to be doing and how we're going to be structured. Again, Barack Source for Learning being our producers and sponsors of the show. But it's fall, right? It's fall. So we have to acknowledge that today happens to be the first day of fall. And there's so many things that people think of when it comes to fall. I can't help it. It's one of my favorite times of year. It's always hard for me to just say it's my favorite, but I would have to say it's definitely one of my favorite. The leaves are already starting to change. Temperatures are kind of not so hot, and less bugs. Finally, we can start to enjoy our backyards and maybe an evening walk or a morning walk. Just got to start using our time wiser because we're getting less hours of sunlight. But there's so many things that we can enjoy now that it's fall, and it's a period of time that will last until December. We'll be in this period of, some have called, I thought it was interesting, I was on a website, and they had a title that said, in the fall, that we, quote, reevaluate priorities and start new. They suggested in the article that was on the website that it was a reevaluation of the trees. They used the trees as an example of how they're actually reevaluating their priorities. Nature is now reevaluating themselves.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's
the
good.
animals, the insects. I mean, it's just all forms of life, and that would include us if we're living and we're natural living creatures.
Well, definitely for like our organization, Brock Source for Learning, because the fall is, for us, we just reported on the end of the last service year. Since we were off during the summer, we didn't do this live. So that summer stuff is the end of the service year, and it ended, of course, September 30th for us. And our new service year begins. Actually, September 30th hasn't even started yet, but our new service year starts October 1st. So on schedule, when you write down calendars, all of the programs that Brock Source for Learning would like to be a part of in communities is reevaluated, just like the trees. You know what I mean? We start the youth programs over again in a new season. We start our radio show, of course, as you're hearing it now, over again. We reevaluated it, and we're moving to the future and what we're going to do. And of course we have a new schedule coming up too. We have a new season and upcoming events that are different, even including the radio show. As you heard earlier, our time is going to be from 6 to 6:30. We'll be being done bi-weekly. But on that note, it'll probably come out weekly, but we have 2 radio formats.
Actually, that would be bi-monthly. I don't want to be rude, but bi-weekly would be twice
a week. Yeah.
So, yeah, we don't want you all to be confused by
you.
that. What we're going to do is a bi-monthly.
Right.
So, it's funny. Sometimes we may end up with more than one two on a month, possibly.
It'll probably be 2 shows, but it'll have 4 broadcasts. And why it'll be like that is because 2 will be on our conventional, which this is our conventional Spreaker, where you really don't have interaction. But we'll be moving on the 6th of October to the format that will be on a different radio format. It'll be on Blog Talk Radio. And the Blog Talk Radio format allows you, the caller, to call in during that half hour. And so that way we can actually have the dialogue and the interaction that we are asking for, or what we just asked for earlier. Because our show is about a source for learning, where people can come together and dialogue, and we can talk about the issues, not just us blah blah blahing. And so without us having a call-in format, it's only going to be one-sided. It'll be monologue and not dialogue.
Right.
And so on October 6th, when the show will be broadcast on Blog Talk Radio, which will allow you to call in during that half hour, and then we can engage here in Durham and around the world for all those folks that are listening.
Right.
And then the bi-weekly process, it'll be 2 shows. Bi-monthly. It'll be 2 shows a month, but you'll be able to hear it 4 times. You'll be able to hear it 2 times on Spreaker as a podcast, and then 2 times live.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, so that's a little bit different.
Okay.
And hopefully you all will call in. And for right now, before we start that format, you can of course respond to this because when Spreaker closes out, it sends out an recognition to all the folks who are listening. It goes, oh, so-and-so just did a show. Well, you can respond that way. You can respond back to, brocksourceforlearning@gmail.com or Barry@brocksourceforlearning.org or any of our, we have several ways you can respond.
I think it'll comment on exactly right on the show itself. I think it may offer you an opportunity. So, I mean, if you just have questions, suggestions, we really want to hear from you guys.
Yeah, we really want you to call in.
Yeah.
We really want it to be a dialogue. We really want you guys, after coming for the next format, when it goes on to that format, that's what we're telling you ahead of time. Matter of fact, we're going to do a show next week also, which just to remind you that we're going to a new format. It won't have a bunch of talk in it. And it'll say, please call in this time, and it'll have all the information that you'll need to know prior to. Okay? So
Are we going to specify the topics or what all, just a reminder?
No, it'll just be a reminder, and then actually on the Blog Talk Radio site, it lists your show and it has your topics, and it does a really good job of informing the listener.
Oh, great.
And then of course, after the Blog Talk Radio, we'll move towards the television format. So once we get a handle of people calling in, then we'll get a handle of people being live, and then it'll be a call-in with our live guests. So, we're just going to keep evolving. And, of course, this program will incorporate the youth. So, at any given Sunday, whomever is in the community and as a guest here will be speaking. And, you just call in and talk to anybody. People you might know.
Interviews and possibly just informing you all. Because that's what the whole thing is, what it's all about.
Mhm.
Actually, is we want you to be. It's one thing to be engaged, but it's another thing to be informed. It's good to be informed before you're engaged. Hopefully, you are informed as you engage, which may include so many things. We just, in your homes, again, in your communities, in your wherever you go, you would hope that you would be informed as you are engaged in whatever work it is that you are involved in, and always trying to be a better person, always striving to just be closer to what it is that we're here for.
Right.
All of us have that reason why we are here, and we just hope to just be a part of that, a part of understanding and growing together as human beings, to share in that experience. So we're really excited, because it is this time we're going to be able to be more. We didn't get to really put the information, the base on this, or the foundation on what the show was about, and this is a good opportunity for us to go ahead and do that, and really get you all ready with us. We got a next couple of weeks that we really want you to start enjoying what fall has to offer. We challenge you guys to go out on a walk, walk around. If you work and you have a 15-minute, 30-minute opportunity to go away from your desk or your work, whatever it is that you may do, we challenge you to take a walk. We challenge you to go and breathe fresh air. Even if you just inhale, 10 seconds, exhale, slowly, breathing in and out. Just enjoying some of the good quality air, and just taking care of yourselves physically, mentally, and spiritually. We would like to challenge you to sit with friends and family, friends and or family, to share food together, share conversations together. Just enjoy life, all right? And we're just coming up on our closing, and so in that, we wanted to just suggest that we would go forward. I'm looking at some notes as if that's not the end of what it is.
Well,
it
is at the closing. I was just pointing out that the schedule, the new schedule, the full schedule hasn't been finished. You know, we were just talking about the radio show, but you know, October 1st starts our new service year, and in the service year, here are some of the programs that we'll be doing.
Oh.
Okay, so the on Sundays, of course, we have our leadership capacity and self-awareness programs, and those are for youth of all ages. We predominantly have like from 10 through about 19-year-old, but it's
Are
a
these
very
the Baha'i Center? Are you speaking of the normal Sunday training, or what are you?
I'm talking about the youth programs that we have on Sundays at the center. Yes, that is one
At
of
the Baha'i Center.
Yes,
Just want to make it clear, because some people maybe it's the first time tuning in, and we want to. This is our good opportunity to just be informative. So that's the Baha'i Center here in Durham.
It's 5103 Revere Road in Parkwood. To be clear, all of our programs are held at the Baha'i Center in Durham. And so, except for the radio show, of course, the radio show is done anywhere in the community, or wherever we are, that's where it's being done. But for right now, the community programs that are being done for the youth are being done through or facilitated through the Durham Baha'i Center by Barak Source for Learning as a partnership. And so on Sundays we have that youth program. What used to be junior youth has expanded, and so it is no longer just Baha'i-centric information. It is also other forms of spiritual empowerment, to include the speakers that come in, and that's what makes it. That's what makes it the leadership capacity and self-awareness program, as opposed to just being the spiritual part, which is a junior youth program. So it's very important to distinguish the two. One, like our program is a combination of the spiritual empowerment, physical empowerment, and mental empowerment all together, holistic. So you know that's how that goes. Of course, then after that, on Sundays, we have our radio program, which will be coming on. And no matter where you listen to it, whether it's Spreaker, or it's on Blog Talk Radio, or if it's on the television, it'll always be called the Barak Source for Learning Show. And that's just to keep it easy. Yeah, no other reason.
There's
No
a
other reason.
BSFL.
It might be well. They're always so far they're listed out as the Barack Source for Learning show.
Okay.
But if you're looking us up on the web, then you can look us up for as BSFL, all in caps, or Barack SFL, or Barack Source for Learning. Any search engine will get you back to us or the president. And then tutoring, tutoring will resume October 1st, and that happens to be a Tuesday. So Tuesday, October 1st, we'll start our tutoring again. And our tutoring, of course, is held on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and that's normally from 4:30 to 6 p.m. This Tuesday, we will just be meeting with the volunteers.
Not this Tuesday, the
Well,
following.
that Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
That Tuesday. We will just be meeting with the volunteers, and then the program will actually start on the Thursday. So that will be the 3rd. But as far as getting together and logistics, that starts the 1st. And then in the school system, we have a program called Watchdogs. I work in the Durham Public Schools, and as one of the faculty members, I'm able to sign up for volunteer programs. And then as a community organization group, Rockstars for Learning, we also serve inside Parkwood. So we partnered with Watchdogs to do a program for male mentors. And that just means that males can come in from within the community, and they can sign up to be tutors, and all-day mentors, and all-day health monitors in the school. Okay, and I'd like to just point out this website. It's www.fathers.com, and that will tell you about the Watchdogs program. The Watchdog program is very good, and it's just to help facilitate males inside the school area. Okay.
What exactly do they do, the watchdogs?
Okay, so Watchdogs, they provide security in the morning times. They may be crossing guards, extra crossing guards. You already have a crossing guard, of course, and they might be at other corners.
Volunteers?
Volunteers.
Okay.
It's a volunteer, right? They add security there in the hallways, making sure the kids aren't running.
Oh,
They're on the school campus. During playground time, they assist teachers in classrooms.
Okay.
They assist with curriculum. They assist with reading. They are, or they, when I say they, we, because I'm a watchdog also all day, every day, but we, in this case, would be non-paid school support.
Okay.
Volunteering, basically.
And these are men.
Males. Males. The Watchdog organization is a male organization. That reminds me, Bring Your Fathers to School Day is coming up here in North Carolina.
Oh, really?
That's something that's backed by Watchdogs.
Oh.
And then there's also Million Fathers March that goes on. And that's about fathers getting involved with their kids. And so Watchdogs is a group that, sometimes they send representation from there.
Okay.
But our representation is done in the school.
Okay.
Done in the school. And so that's tutoring, Watchdogs, and then we have our internships. As we mentioned earlier, we already have 2 18-year-olds who are already in internships. And then we have a space for another 5 to get paid internships. And that's text2give.com or text2give. They are going to partner with Breakfast for Learning and our youth group to give teenagers 18 and above paid training and paid internships.
All right.
So we managed to get 3 internships with that revolve around this youth leadership program and serving the community.
Okay.
And so these are the things that we will be looking into this year. Lastly, couple of tidbits. Excuse me. Our President's Service Awards. We're trying to get our President's Service Award. We did about over 1,000 hours this year.
1,000 hours of what?
Volunteer service.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
And this is how we generate our service year. You have the opportunity, it's kind of like your fiscal year, to create when you want to start your service year. And from the President's Service Awards webpage, that's how we decided, okay, October 1st through September 30th will be our actual service year. And it just so happens to coincide with the fall and restarting everything.
Okay.
So it works out very easily,
So this is part of our Barack news that Barry is going over right now.
Right.
So we're going through our upcoming things that are beginning, and so from time to time after the show, you will hear you may hear us refer to some of these after-school
things,
programs,
right.
these volunteer programs. We are a happening group. We're not sitting around doing nothing.
No, by no means. Yeah, because
life is going on.
Life goes
We've got
on, yeah.
young people growing and young people coming out of high school looking for opportunities for internships, whether it's paid or unpaid, because it's not always about just having that paper to say that you're educated or that you're able to do something. We hope to be able to get our youth, and all of us really, not just youth, but
Yeah, we do
all
not
of us,
discriminate, right?
we want to seek those opportunities that we can become engaged in society and be complete people.
Yeah, I'm glad, I'm glad you said all of us, because a lot of our programs are like, we have GED programs that are coming up along with the tutoring. That includes GED, you know, and so that's for people who are older than a certain age. But we can get more into this stuff later on at a later date. Thank you for having me on the show there, Carmen, as the person doing the interview.
Yes.
Hopefully, this year will be a great year. Well, hopefully, I know it
will.
will be.
Yes.
But hopefully, when I say hopefully more of the community will be involved with what we have going on here. And all of us can come together to make something great here in Durham, here in the United States, and here in this world.
And don't forget, in your own household and starting with yourself. All right, guys.
Yay!